more years for Rachel. Again, I don't know how fine she was, but after 7 years, I was like, you get her somebody else. He worked 7 more years. He finally got what he wanted, or so he thought. In this society, having sons was everything. Having a legacy, a lineage, it mattered. Rachel could not produce, but Leah could. And here's where scripture picks up. Genesis 29, starting at the 31st verse. When the Lord saw that Leah was unloved, he opened her womb. Rachel was barren. So Leah conceived and bore a son. She called his name Reuben because she wanted a sandwich. Not in there. So see people on the front row. She called his name Reuben, for she said, the Lord has surely looked on my affliction. Now therefore my husband will love me. Then she conceived again and bore a son and said, because the Lord has heard that I am unloved, he has therefore given me this son also. She called his name Simeon. She conceived again and bore a son and said, now this time my husband will become attached to me because I have borne him 3 sons. I have given this man 3 children. He needs to take care, he needs to love me. Therefore his name was called Levi. She conceived again and bore a son and said, now I will praise the Lord. Therefore she called his name Judah. Then she stopped bearing. I want to speak for the few minutes that I have on the subject, the choice that changes everything. The choice that changes everything. Last night when Mama Joyce was talking about this little adjustment, this one thing, our attitude, that one thing that has so much power over everything else. Because once you change attitude, it shifts perspective, and the lens through which you see circumstance changes based on the choice that you have made. And I think that this is a next evolutionary step in what was preached and declared last night, and even so much more what Pastor Joel just declared about not letting our past determine and dictate our future. In this moment, I'm reading this story and I'm in front of thousands of amazing Holy Spirit-filled women of God, women of power, women of excellence, women who don't just do one thing, you do multiple things, because you are not just wife, you are mom, and you are grandmom, and you are auntie, and you are counselor, and you are provider, and you are cook, and you are soccer practice, and you are ballet and lacrosse if you live in the suburbs, or football. And then you don't just do that, but you intercede, and then you serve at the church, and then you fight for other people. But who's fighting for you? To each individual woman, there is a story attached to your life that is so unbelievably amazing that it in and of itself could be a movie, and people don't realize what it took for you to be here. The things, the tears that you've cried, the walk that you've walked, the things that you've experienced, and yet you still have the nerve, the unmitigated gall, the audacity to lift your hands in worship when Chris Tomlin is leading us in praise. You have the absolute guts to lift your hands, even though there are things going on that no one in this room would believe if they looked at you, because you do not look like what you're going through. I feel God in this arena right here. And then, before knowing where it was going, Mama Joyce said, don't talk about your problems. We're going to celebrate for 44 hours. We're going to just celebrate. Now the devil is confused because he thought this was going to turn into a Lifetime movie where you get in the lobby of the hotel. I just need someone to understand what I'm really going through, because Herman never listens to me. Do you have something stronger than sweet tea? performance badge. Some of you guys are so put together, but if I called out the thing that you were walking through, you'd let out a sound that would scare some of the people on your row, and that's exactly what God wants, because you've had to be everything to everybody else, but this weekend is about you. This weekend is about love. This weekend is about you encountering God and worshiping in spirit and in truth. You don't have to worry about meeting anyone else's needs. Go ahead and give God a selfish praise. And I know we come from different denominational backgrounds, and we come from different life patterns and different societal norms, but let me tell you something. Every now and then, it's okay to let out a sound that lets God know his daughters are in the building. This is your moment. You don't have to hold it. You don't have to hold it hostage. You don't have to do anything. Be whatever you want to be. Let it out. Pow, there it is, somebody over there. They took me literally. Praise the Lord. You don't think the city could be the same. You don't think that it was just chance that God had you all descend on St. Louis at a moment like this. The city needed revival. And you get 25,000 women together praying and worshiping. The whole city has to change. Right there, 5 seconds. Praise break. Rachel and Leah were in competition. You know how it is sometimes. Women, you guys are quickly able to assess other women. I've watched it happen. You meet somebody new, you shake their hand, hi, how are you? Just that fast. You assess the outfit, their attitude, all of that. Within 2 seconds, 1 million things have already gone through that brilliant brain of yours. Women have supernatural discernment. They just do. My wife has super duper natural discernment. People come up to us, oh, I love you, Avatar, I love you, John. You guys just bless us. Could you just pray for us? Sure, honey, I'll pray for you. Watch her. I'll pray for you. Women can spot things that men cannot. We just Rachel and Leah were always bumping heads. Leah was the oldest, Rachel was the youngest. And then here comes this single man. Where are my single ladies at? Just imagine you and your sister both waiting. God, you've been praying. You've been praying. You went to Christian mingle, didn't work out. You know, swipe, whatever that is, you swipe on the phone, then didn't work out. Nothing's working out. And here comes a man just walking into your city, just sun-kissed from the Middle Eastern desert, just muscles, blah-da-cow. It's just 2 of y'all. He's got to make a choice. You got Rachel, just, and you got Leah, just. I wonder who is going to choose. Isn't it interesting that what men choose is often what God won't choose? How many hidden gems are in this arena right now? How many of you have been overlooked because somebody thought they knew your value or assumed they understood the totality of your anointing, or they looked at some surface issue or something else and missed the beauty and value of everything that you carry. I will sit here to tell you as a brother in Christ that if nobody sees what you carry, God is still invested in you. And there are people that are assigned to your life who will see you for who you are and what you carry. And you don't have to make anybody see you. God will bring the right people at the right time, and you will be fully actualized, and you won't have to apologize or force anybody to see you. Jacob chose Rachel. The word Rachel means ewe lamb. So she's a baby lamb. Nice way of saying she was not too bright. Might be attractive, but not a whole lot going on. No, those are not, always connected, because you can be stunningly beautiful and have great substance, but in this case, it's clear from the biblical narrative that Rachel was the surface, but Leah was the substance. And so one had one thing and another had the other, and God always hides his diamonds in nondescript places to see if men will have the discernment to mine the depths. And my prayer for you is when you go home that your husband will not be sitting in front of the TV watching football and assume that the woman that left on Thursday is the same one coming back Sunday, because who's coming back Sunday is the woman that has a celebration in her soul and a joy in her spirit, that has decided that she is not going to let anything hold her hostage, that she is going to fulfill dreams and pursue destiny. And when you walk in, may there be a discernible fragrance of the Holy Ghost, and your husband has to look up and say, baby, it's something different about you. There's something on you. Tell me what happened in there. This is what this weekend is about. Jacob. Yeah, I feel a praise right there, I'm sure. Rachel was the cosmetic without the spiritual foundation. Leah was overlooked and undervalued. But this is what's interesting. There came a point when Leah was so in need of validation, she started having children and was naming the children after what she needed. How many women have gotten caught in the trap of naming dreams and hopes and aspirations, not from a heart of understanding who you are and your value, but hoping somebody else sees you, hoping someone else celebrates you. And this was the trap that Leah was caught in. She started naming her kids, hoping that the husband would like her. This is the external validation syndrome that attacks our society, where we need somebody else to applaud our every move. We need somebody else to tell us how good we are. And we're offended when we don't get a lot of likes on Instagram and nobody comments under our Facebook post. Do you understand that social media does not validate your femininity? It does not validate your anointing. It does not validate your power. It is not indicative of what God wants to do in your life. Oh, that you would understand the power that you have in that seat. You are a woman. You produce without thinking. You're artistic and creative and brilliant. Honey, you got so much power, people run after you. Do you know what you have sitting in that seat? When you're walking around, you got the glory of God. When you walk in a room, you got favor. When a man finds you, he got favor. Your husband is blessed because of you. If you're single, a man should pursue you because you got favor. Do you understand what you are in this arena and those watching around the world? Girl, you bad. You better go ahead with your bad self. The name Leah in Hebrew means weary. She was tired. How many women can say that because of the tasks and the obligations of your life, sometimes you get tired? How many? I met some women, Mama Joyce, on the plane coming here yesterday. They were loud in the gate area, having a good time. They couldn't wait to get here because they knew that they were going to get refreshed and restored and revitalized, because there's something about connecting with like-minded individuals with one common goal. We're going to worship God and we're going to have a good time. And those two are connected, because the joy of the Lord is your strength. And this is the power of a moment like this, that when you're weary, when you get around other people, you realize you're not alone. And so now I got some strength because I have a sister and another sister and another sister who understands what it's like to be mom and nursemaid and wife, or knows what it's like to be single and waiting and honoring God and still serving and wondering, when is my time going to come? Or perhaps you're a widow and you're waiting on God to heal that part of your heart, or maybe you're raising some children that you didn't birth, but they're your grandbabies and you need strength to raise them. There are so many different stories in here, and this 44 hours was designed to equip and speak life. But there's one choice that you must make, and no one else can make it for you. And by the time Rachel and Leah had been fighting, and Leah had had 3 children hoping that Jacob would see her, she got to that 4th baby. I'm getting ready to preach. Preach like Joyce. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Leah had stopped competing with Rachel a long time ago. Said, I can't compete with her beauty, but she can't stop me in my worship. She can't compete with me in worship. She can't compete with me in my intimacy with God, because there was something about her spirit, something about her heart that God looked on and said, now that's who I want my son's lineage to come from. Watch where I'm going here. Because from Leah came David. From David came Jesus. Not Rachel. Not the one that was strictly cosmetic without spiritual foundation, but the one that people overlooked, but she had a substance in God. And see, people think they know you, but they don't see you worshiping at your house. They don't see you in your prayer closet. They don't see you on your way to work with tears streaming down your face while you're listening to a sermon on the radio, or while you're listening to worship in your car. And people think that you're talking in the car to somebody else, but you're actually talking to God, because there are things in your heart that no one knows. They don't know what it's like to be you. They don't know what it's like. I feel a praise that's rising up. Leah said, I may not have what Rachel has, but I have a gift, I have a calling, something that nobody else can take. And this is the power that I hope you walk away with in this meeting, that each one of you, to a woman, is a unique, one-of-a-kind masterwork, individually crafted by a holy God to perfect a purpose in the earth and be the combating answer to a demonic riddle that no other woman can be. There's a strength of a woman, and when the enemy attacks, you know what to say. You know how to pray. You know how to intercede. The Holy Spirit speaks to you. There's something about a woman who knows who she is, and when you know who you are, you cannot unknow it. Here's the beauty. No 2 callings are exactly alike. The woman next to you has a different calling, different function, same Jesus. Might be a different city, different denomination, different age, same Jesus. Different race, same Jesus. And oh God, that we would wake up and realize that all of the stuff happening on the political and social spectrum will not be healed by political initiatives and legislation. Only the Holy Ghost can change the heart. It's in meetings like this when black and white